Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Stone Age. National Lampoon's Stone Age, also known as Homo erectus. 2007. This is going to be another David Carradine flick. Unfortunately, National Lampoon's is right down there with Tromaville. It's got Ron Jeremy, who was also in Poultrygeist, not coincidentally. It's about this nerdy type of caveman dude. He's got girl problems and he can't seem to get along with the tribe. David Carradine plays his dad. And there's some buff caveman dude who plays his older brother. Steals his dream girl. So the two tribes, I guess Gary Busey is in the rival tribe. They go to war, and the nerdy caveman dude plays the peaceniks. He wants to retreat or compromise or something. I don't know. They just laugh at him and they go to war. And then Gary Busey's tribe steals his dream girl, so he decides to commit treason. As the David Carradine is killed in the war, he gets his head chopped off, but he still keeps talking, sort of like the movie Ants. Okay, and then the nerdy caveman guy wants to go find his dream girl because they just get up and leave. The girl's husband doesn't care about her. He just wants to get the hell out of there. So the nerdy caveman guy, he's got glasses, by the way, which are kind of out of place for a Cro-Magnon period. And they don't look like Cro-Magnon because they don't have the protruding forehead like they do in Space 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is more actually they rip off that movie too, because they use the same music from that movie in the beginning, where the caveman guy is smashing bones. I didn't laugh a single time throughout this whole movie. It's supposed to be a comedy, okay? National Lampoon comedy. It's got about the same comedic value as a Tromaville movie, like Poultrygeist. And it's got all this really lowbrow entertainment kind of stuff, like bestiality, cannibalism, homosexuality. Tom Arnold plays the gay caveman who promptly gets clubbed to death for being gay, and then they eat him. Nice way to treat your gay citizens in the cave there. Another thing that didn't really make sense in this movie, okay, the guy's supposed to be a nerd. He's supposed to invent things that are supposed to help his tribe. Of course, his tribe just thinks he's a dork. And at first he turns out to be a peacenik, but then when they steal his dream girl, or they kidnap his dream girl, all of a sudden he wants to be a warmonger. So, like I said, this movie doesn't make sense, really. There's really no plot unless you count Gary Busey as the bad guy. The rest of the tribe, you really don't get to see much. Oh, and there's a lesbian tribe that's made up exclusively of penthouse playmates. There's only one actress that really says anything, and the rest of them are just, swimming around in the pool with this caveman guy. They think he's a dork, so they want to him to impregnate them because he's super smart or something. He's got the smart gene, which doesn't make any sense. Um, Seeing as how number one they're lesbians, and number two he's kind of klutzy. I mean, he's like the ant from A Bug's Life. He's always bumping into stuff and getting hit over the head by accident. He actually clubs this one lady. He gathers up enough courage. That's another self-contradiction. He says he doesn't believe in clubbing and men and women should be equal, but yet he clubs this young gal, probably a penthouse playmate. I wouldn't be surprised. And she falls over the cliff. So anyway, towards the end, he's chasing after his dream girl, of course, and so the dream girl enjoys being kidnapped. He says she says the tribe is more advanced. He's totally bummed, like he went to rescue her and she doesn't even want to be rescued. So Gary Busey's tribe starts chasing him around and he falls off a cliff. And that's pretty much the movie. I mean, I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I hated this flick. Just because it had Ron Jeremy. It reminded me so much of Poultrygeist. And the lesbian tribe, I mean, they're in this pool and they're kind of playing around with the main character guy, who also happened to be the main actor, the director, and the writer of the film. Okay, this has got to be one of the worst movies of all time, and it's not one of those so bad that it's good type movies. If you want to check out a good prehistoric movie, check out 1 Million AC/DC and the Mighty Gorga double bill on Something Weird Video. Now that has entertainment value. We're talking Z-grade, low budget movies from the late 60s, okay? One of them from Ed Wood, another one from a guy who worked on, was it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Superman 4, A Quest for Peace, which I'm watching right now. God-awful Superman sequel. I'll give that one crappy reviews too. So getting back to the lesbian scene with the main caveman dude in the glasses, guy who acted, directed, and wrote this horrible movie. They've all got this fake beaver in their crotch. It looks like some kind of cheap carpet from Home Depot. I'm not making this stuff up. It's just really bizarre. I mean, why would they have hairy beaver but not hairy legs and hairy armpits? Well, I guess they invented razors in addition to glasses back in the Cro-Magnon period. So there's a lot of poop jokes and sticking stuff up your colon kind of jokes. Not exactly highbrow entertainment, but it's not even funny. I mean, it's like a third grader could have written this script. honestly. The guy who wrote this movie has no talent whatsoever, acting, directing, or otherwise. And it's just a worthless piece of garbage. I mean, there's got to be a long list of worst movies of all time, and this is definitely one of them. I think it gets a 3.7 out of 10 rating on IMDb. Gets a really low 2 out of 5 rating on Netflix. So I'm giving it even lower rating, 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 5. Um, I just didn't enjoy watching this movie. Some of the dialogue is really boring too. Like I had to rewind and listen to it, which I'm finding myself doing a lot these days. If you've been seeing my movie reviews, I've watched a lot of crap, mainly David Carradine movies from the period right before he died, 2006 to 2007. Let's see what else do I have here? Oh, I've got The Golden Boys, another 2007 David Carradine flick with Bruce Dern. I'm looking forward to seeing Bruce Dern, though. Be greedy, playa, be greedy. Then we got Fall Down Dead, 2007. David Carradine and Udo Kier. Can't wait to see Udo Kier. Last time I saw him was in Nymphomaniac, which is a great flick. Anyways, can't remember if he was in 1 or 2. I think he was in 1. Yeah, if I remember correctly. So I'm just going through them. Then I'll start watching Karen Black movies. I used to have Karen Black as my friend on MySpace before she died. And then her director, Steve Balderson, kept sending me these emails. Oh, you got to see Firecracker, which just came out in 2007. I think it was 2007. That was a great flick. I really enjoyed that. Anyways, so I think I have about 10 more of these David Carradine flicks. Then I start getting into the Karen Black. So should be interesting. Karen Black was in a lot of horror flicks during the latter part of her career. She was kind of a mainstream actress back in the early 70s, late 60s era, I think. But then she started doing a lot of B movies. I really liked her in was it It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive. She was also good in Firecracker, of course. So we'll see how her movies go. I've been watching a lot of crappy David Carradine movies, with the exception of Son of the Dragon, which was a great television miniseries. Definitely enjoyed watching that one. So, yeah. Maybe I could finish watching Superman 4, Quest for Peace. A piece of poop. Or like, that's got to be another one that's ranks as one of the worst movies of all time. Christopher Reed wrote it, so he inserted a lot of his leftist political ideology in there. But I'll get to that when I get around to reviewing the movie. And I don't blame people for getting pissed off at it. I mean, it's a Canon Group deal, so you can't really expect high quality from Canon Group. But the third and fourth movies are supposed to be not as good as the first two. I remember watching the first movie when I was a kid. And they even, in the fourth movie, they even rip off from the first movie where he's like lifting her in the air and they're flying around. Yeah, so that's going to be another crappy review. So I'm in the crappy section of my queue, okay? Hopefully I can get out of it sooner rather than later. Any one of these movies like, well, The Golden Boys got to be better than National Lampoon, Stone Age. Same deal with, was it Fall Down Dead? Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but anyways. That's some nice comments from Audra Handel on my District 9 movie review. I guess her son likes the director because she watched 3 of the director's movies with her son, and I'm intrigued by a couple of them she mentioned. So I'm going to get my son to watch the Matt Damon one. I don't know how far he'll get before he gets freaked out like he was with District 9 and Serenity, but we'll see. Probably like The Matrix better because it's kind of a slow motion kung fu. Buddy might get freaked out by the Neopod scene. It is kind of bizarre looking, but I noticed he was kind of watching it from the corner of his eye when he was watching Rocko's Modern Life, so it's probably not that bad. I mean, he used to play on cable all the time. So we'll see how that goes. I got him The Incredibles too. He's almost done with like 4 seasons of Adventure Time, but a couple of the discs were like malfunctioning, freezing up, skipping and stuff. So he didn't watch quite a lot of episodes because of that. Just the library doesn't take care of their DVDs as well as Netflix. So just one of those things. But yeah, I'm working 2 jobs. Although it's really hard to claim shifts on my Sprig shift. Because you got to be on your phone at 3:30, and if you're not fast enough, you can't really claim the shifts that you want. There's so many damn drivers now working for that company. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. I've only got 9 hours so far for next week, but hopefully tomorrow I can sign up for 8 hours on Saturday, then get a few hours on Sunday. Bring it up to 21 hours, or at least 20 hours. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a little bit less than what I've been working. Been working about 24 hours or so, but I just can't claim the amount of shifts that I was claiming last week because everybody goes on at 3:30 and they claim shifts and then there's none left. So that's a little frustrating for me, but maybe they'll change it up. They'll stop hiring drivers for sure. And some drivers will leave inevitably. But anyways, it's just been a rough week trying to claim shifts for my second job. I don't know when my prospective affluent date is coming back from Cambridge, Massachusetts. The one I dated back in 2014, then she said she was too busy and I was anxious to date. Well, I'm running into the same problem. I don't know when she's coming back next month. And I'm a little bit more patient this time, but she doesn't respond to my emails by tomorrow. I'm just going to load up on Saturday, try to get 3 shifts at least. Get my 8 hours on Saturday. So see how that goes tomorrow. Should be interesting tomorrow. And hopefully I can pay a couple bills with this income stream coming in. Not only from my Spriggs second job, but my third job, which was mystery shopping apartment complexes. Got $200 sitting in my PayPal account, but I didn't have my new bank account set up, so I couldn't transfer the money over today. It's Sunday anyway, so hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday I can get that money over, and I'll get so about $1,000 next week, plus hopefully $3,000 early retirement that I've been trying to get for the last month, but it's been stuck in their legal department thanks to my divorce from 2 years ago. What a nightmare. Anyways, I've been playing this Monopoly game at Safeway. I got free bagel and free Pop-Tarts. So that was pretty good. Too bad they don't have the little cream cheese containers at Safeway. But I'll just toast it up and eat it plain, I guess. Tomorrow for breakfast, I got some Pop-Tarts too. I've been trying to eat light tonight because, man, I cooked a bunch of pot stickers. My son ate like half of them, so I ended up eating the other half plus my portion of pot stickers. Then I just started gorging on some candy, and it was just not the right combination of grease and sugar. Just all that grease and sugar hitting my stomach at once. And then I had the fried rice on top of it, and a few fried tater tots. I broke my plate. Oh, that's something I forgot to get at Safeway, was a new plate. But I don't think they sell the porcelain plates, just the paper plates. So I'll probably go to Target tomorrow, get myself a new plate, because that thing just smashed with tater tots all over the sink. I was just so tired. Last night I slept 14 hours, and unbelievable. I went to bed at like 4, and I got up at 6:30. So I went to bed at 4 p.m. and I didn't wake up at until 6:30 a.m. And even then, I just went to take a crap. Then I slept for another half an hour. So, yeah, terrible movie. Can't recommend it. Can't say check it out. But I can't say skip it later.